as we move to 16 now in the Chris Simms Top 40 Quarterback Countdown.
Here we go. I like how you got all serious there, like it was a really big-time news show
Rein
here.
it back in.
And now this is where we will go to Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill, quarterback of the Titans.
So this is going to shock some people maybe that aren't familiar with the podcast. Because like, Ryan Tannehill, is he even still playing? They've drafted a couple quarterbacks in back-to-back years. I thought he was done and retired. But if you have listened to this podcast the last couple of years, you have always been a proponent of what Ryan Tannehill does.
Well, man, yeah. I mean, I go into this with an open mind every year. You know me. I'm not trying to I like this guy because he sent me flowers once, and I don't even know what I'm saying.
Did he really
you know what
send
I'm
you?
saying? He said one nice thing to me, so I want to keep him in the top 12 or 15. Like, I try to be as real and honest with myself as I can in this.
Just to be clear, he did not send you flowers.
He did not send me flowers. He did not. He did not. All right.
But yes.
But so the headline with Tannehill would be this: Tannehill is not the problem with the Titans. Consistent as it gets. But the question is, does he give the team a championship edge, right? Mm-hmm. And that's probably where we look at, are they trying to replace him, right? There's Malik Willis. Oh, it's Will Levis, right? He's not the kind of guy that, I don't know, maybe necessarily walks in the locker room like some of the top quarterbacks and they go, we got a chance to win today, for sure. He's here, right? He's here, right? Now, this is a guy that's just an important piece of the puzzle. He's a leader, but a quiet leader, right? He's not going to be, to me, the guy that's like, hey, jump on my back, guys. Here, I'll carry us today, throw for 400, do any of that.
But it seems like Mike Vrabel is one of those guys that thinks
I think so, too.
He can bring it.
Vrabel's, New England. Hey, I'm not looking for a diva quarterback that's looking to be, the star of the show all the time. I just want a guy that's going to, run the offense, lead the troops in the right direction, and not be a distraction, right? There's some of those out there, and I think Vrabel believes in that style. I mean, again, I think you can go to the Super Bowl with Ryan Tannehill and win the Super Bowl, You put Ryan Tannehill on the 49ers a few years ago instead of Jimmy Garoppolo, they're the Super Bowl champs, period, right? And here's where we're going to get into Ryan Tannehill a little bit. One of the most consistent passers in all the NFL. And here's where it's amazing when I watch this film. And I know you guys can all go look at his stats and go, they're not that good. But what's that got to do with Ryan Tannehill? We all have to stop the putting all the team's problems on one player thing we got going on in this world, right? It's a team sport. Rarely do I come away from a game and studying him and say, man, yards, points, completions, they were all left on the field. Oh, man, he left so many plays. I mean, not at all. In fact, I look at it and go, he's one of the better maximizers of what an offense has to give. I mean, what I talked about with his consistent passing and all that, he's fearless decision and has unreal confidence in his accuracy to throw the ball in the tight windows. I mean, he throws balls, Ahmed, consistently where you watch it and you go, oh, strike, okay. Like you go, that's going to be a pick. I can't believe he's going to throw that. Boom, on the money. Oh, he's throwing an out route against Green Bay. It looks like it's going to get an undercut. Boom, bullseye, strike, a 12-yard gain. Looked like it was going to be a pick six. Boom. It's just so much of that. He's amazing that way. He's fearless in the pocket, right? Mechanics are flawless. Never loses control of the ball. Great deep ball thrower, right? Doesn't need much room for his release, all right? Doesn't have a variety or anything like that. But his motion is tight, so he can hang in there with people around him and make some big throws still. Fearless decision, like I said, as far as the power throws. He's another one where, like a Jared Goff or whatever, and this is even more so, where you go, this is an above-average NFL athlete. This is a guy that went to Texas A&M as a Division I wide receiver. He needs to run more. He's got a little bit of that Daniel Jones, what we used to talk about, Statue of Liberty in there, where you're just like, move. You're on the third read. It's not there. Move. Like, get out. You're too good of an athlete. You throw the ball well on the run. That's where he could definitely be better. He does not have a lot of variety of releases. So that's, we those are the negatives. Let alone we talked about he's not the guy that's necessarily going to be a leader or give the team an edge. Not that that's bad, but it's not a positive either, I guess is what I'm saying there in that department.
Diana Rossini, who covers a lot of teams for ESPN, says that this is his team. He is the guy. That's the impression that she has gotten. Will Levis will have to work for it. Malik Willis too. And this is what Mike Vrabel said. He goes, Ryan will be the starting quarterback on Monday for their OTAs. Malik will be the backup. Will be the third quarterback, and that's what I've told him. Whatever happens after that will be up to the players. That's what it's always been here. That's what we always want it to be. And so it will be still a competition, but you wonder if that will. I mean, it seemed to motivate Ryan Tannehill last year. Remember that whole thing? It's like, I'm not his mentor. I'm not his coach. It's not my responsibility.
Right.
And now they do it 2 years ago. He said recently it's a little bit like deja vu.
Yeah.
I do feel like that could light a little bit more of a fire for Ryan Tannehill.
Sure. And I think he's realistic. He knows he's the kind of guy that's like, man, I'm good. People in the NFL world respect me, but I'm the kind of guy the fans always want to go, oh, we could do better. We could get somebody else, right? And I want to go, be careful what you wish for, because, let me see. How did the team look last year when Ryan Tannehill didn't play? Oh, that's right. Like shit. They looked like shit without him.
So here it was with Tannehill. They were 6-6, 18 points a game. Without him, they were just 1-4. Their passing offense just basically went away. It was
just disintegrated.
211 yards with Tannehill, 114 without him. Total yards per game were about the same because Derrick Henry had to pick up the slack after that.
Yeah.
But in those 5 games, they had 9 turnovers. And I mean, maybe that's more to who they were replacing him with.
That's
and not
part
as much
of it.
With Ryan Tannehill.
Part of it, yeah. That's definitely part of it. That's probably why the GM John Robinson got fired too, because they were like, "What? You drafted the backup quarterback in Malik Willis, who's really raw, and now our quarterback got hurt. We're screwed, right?" So. That was not an easy situation for the Titans, but damn, this is still a really good football player. He really is. I wish he had more backyardness to his game, right? He can lock onto a receiver. Like, hey, everybody in the world has got down on him ever since the Bengals playoff game interceptions, right? And I would say, like, that first interception, that's one of his negatives. Where you go, yeah, he's got such great confidence in his arm and his accuracy, he can stare down people a little too long at times, right? But man, other than that, like I said, I'm big in decision-making, what was left on the field. Did we take the 5-yard completion when there was a 30-yarder to be had? He never misses in that department. And the last thing I want to say, just to end the conversation, is who the hell did he have around him to make him look so good at receiver last year anyways?
Well, that's the problem.
Exactly.
Even going into this year, too, right? You have Derrick Henry at running back, but I'm looking at his wide receiver options. I'm like, okay, Treylon Burks is his best option, and we don't even know how good Treylon Burks really is
he needs to jump on the scene here in a big way. Yeah, this is a questionable position group with them. The Titans are a team right now you kind of look at and go, yeah, what are the Titans gonna be as far as a football team this year? That's what I'm not totally sure what they're gonna be.
Are they built on defense? Because it's not like their defense was lights out or as good as we've seen the Tennessee Titans be in the previous years.
No, I think they're kind of in a semi-rebuild, and Vrabel's going to manage the shit out of these games, and they're going to have unbelievable defensive game plans, and I think their defense will be better than people realize, and they're just going to rely on, hey, Vrabel defense will look good, we'll run the ball, Tannehill will be efficient and hit the big plays when they're there, and we just hope to be ugly in the playoffs at some point and then ugly win a few playoff games to go along with it. But, yeah, sexiness in the pass game, I don't know if I see that. Like you said, I mean, is there anybody else worthy talking about out of the receiving group that, like, is a household name? No, right? Westbrook-Ikhine is their other go-to guy other than Treylon Burks. They got some tight ends with some potential, and we'll see where that goes. But, again, that's where I'm here to do this ranking, to tell you that this guy is better than what stats and everything say. And if you put him in some different situations, he'd look a lot better than what he looks like. He's in a tough spot that's not necessarily conducive to awesomeness at the quarterback position.
Going to be starting his 11th NFL season, his 5th with the Titans, turns 35 in July. So you know what? The clock is ticking on Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
which
it
is
literally
exactly
is ticking with him. You're
why
right.
He is in this group.
Yo, thanks for watching, homies. It's the off season, but you know there's no off season for us here at Unbuttoned. me, Ahmed Fareed. We're going to hit all the stories. So hit subscribe for us, okay? We got a ton coming up. My draft prospect rankings, my Simms top 40 quarterback countdown, and videos of me and NFL QBs playing catch and talking about their development and mechanics. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. See you soon.